Welcome. My name is Larry Villani, and it's my pleasure to share with you today the story of Shiphrah and Puah. Shiphrah and Puah were women who lived a long time ago, but their story is just as fresh and new as our headlines in today's newspapers or on the television. Shiphrah and Puah were midwives. Midwives is a fancy old-timey name for baby doctors. And just like our doctors and nurses who are helping so much today during the time of our coronavirus, Shiphrah and Puah were committed to helping people who didn't have much power, people who were weak, like babies, or like people who are sick from disease, or who are sad from depression and loneliness. Shiphrah and Puah were committed to helping people, helping them to live, helping them to be healthy, and helping them to carry on. You know, babies don't have much power, and baby doctors are important to helping parents and their youngest babies to be born, as well as to thrive after they're born. Our story about Shiphrah and Puah comes from an old book called Exodus. Exodus is from a much larger book that we call the Bible. The Bible is sort of like a portable library. The Bible is a book, but it's a book full of other books and stories and poems and songs and dreams and histories and letters. So today's story is from the book of Exodus. And so in the Bible, we read that because he was afraid, the king of Egypt gave a terrible command to two Hebrew women, Shiphrah and Puah. Shiphrah and Puah were midwives who helped parents bring their babies to life at birth. The king of Egypt also had a special name, and it was Pharaoh. So now the Pharaoh told Shiphrah and Puah, when you are helping Hebrew women give birth, if the baby is a boy, kill it. But if it is a girl, let her live. But the midwives answered to God, not to the king. And they let all the boys live, as well as the girls. When he saw all these new babies, both boys and girls, the king was very angry. And he called for Shiphrah and Puah. And when they came, he said to them, why have you done this? What have you done? Why have you let the baby boys live? The midwife said, O king, Hebrew women are so strong. They give birth on their own before we can even arrive. And so the community grew and grew and became strong. And God was pleased with the midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. Their disobedience to the king was faithfulness to God. Then Shiphrah and Puah had children of their own, and they were happy, healthy, learned women with happy, healthy children and families. The end. So after listening to the story, maybe let's just think a little bit about Shiphrah and Puah and other people in the story. In listening to the story, what do you think about Shiphrah and Puah? What do you think they looked like? How did they sound? I wonder. I wonder also how love and courage go together and support each other. I wonder. Can you picture a time when breaking the rules was actually the right thing to do, and it helped more people than it hurt more people? Can you think of a time when maybe your mom or dad broke a rule in order to make something even better? I wonder. What was that like? Shiphrah and Puah show compassion. Compassion is a very deep and special kind of love. They showed compassion to those who had less power, who were weaker, who were powerless. Can you think of a time when you showed compassion, when you felt a special, deep love to help someone? Maybe a friend, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, grandparents, a neighbor? I wonder, what was that like? And finally, how do you think God felt about Shiphrah and Puah and what they did? I wonder. I wonder what it's like to be a midwife and help people have babies. Of course, all good stories need a song. So here's a little song about the brave and wise midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. Shiphrah and Puah, working all the day to help the babies out. Puah and Shiphrah, knowing that the night can bring a birth about. Oh, Shiphrah and Puah, the mothers and the fathers with their babies look to them. Oh, Puah and Shiphrah, never thinking of each other, but how to help their friends. I'm Shiphrah, I'm Puah. When it's time to birth the baby, we know which end is up. I'm Puah, I'm Shiphrah. Sometimes doing what you're told is simply not enough. Oh, Pharaoh, so narrow, was mean as the dickens and mighty bossy too. Oh, Pharaoh said, hey, whoa, there's too many babies, only baby girls will do. Now Pharaoh was aware of that Shiphrah and Puah were the best of baby docs. Oh, Pharaoh, that ugly fellow, wanted Puah and Shiphrah, all the baby boys to stop. I'm Shiphrah, I'm Puah. When it's time to help a baby, we know which end is up. Ah, Puah, I'm Shiphrah. Sometimes doing what you're told is simply quite too much. Now Shiphrah and Puah decided that the Pharaoh was only causing strife. So Puah and Shiphrah kept helping all the Hebrew moms bring their babes to life. Now Shiphrah and Puah knew the silly Pharaoh was an easy man to trick. So Puah and Shiphrah kept birthing all the babies and made the king feel whipped. I'm Shiphrah, I'm Puah. When it comes to saving babies, we know which end is up. I'm Puah, I'm Shiphrah. Always happy to be helping, that's usually enough. Always happy to be helping, we never will give up. Let's end with a little prayer. Dear God, thank you for the story of Shiphrah and Puah and for their courage and compassion that helped so many babies and so many parents. Those babies were powerless and in danger. Help us to be brave like them, helping others who can't help themselves. Amen. Thank you again for listening to our story. These are special Holy Comforter Corona time stories, and we hope you'll tune in as we present more of them. In the meantime, be safe, be healthy, wash those hands, and help each other. Thanks. Ciao.